come on in and join us.
We have our last stop today on our Around the World tour with Nomad Theory.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to talk about the sample pack that they have over at Nomad Theory. So there's 6 little soaps in there, a little less than 1 ounce each. And after today, we'll have covered the 5 scented ones, and there's also one that's unscented.
What a great way to discover the Nomad Theory soaps for yourself. And their site goes live in the next week or 2. So head over to nomadtheory.co.uk and see what other new surprises might be there as well on their launch day. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Magens Bay, which we think is their bay rum. So let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at nomadtheory.co.uk.
Let the warm Caribbean breeze transport you with every shave. Our Magens Bay shaving soap is a sensory journey to the heart of the island of St. Thomas, where the legendary bay rum fragrance was born. It captures the timeless allure of this classic aroma and the legendary beauty of St. Thomas's turquoise waters.
The experience opens with a bright splash of sun-drenched sweet orange and zesty lime. Like golden sunlight sparkling on the bay, the citrus brilliance is given a touch of invigorating warmth by a spark of black pepper.
As the initial brightness settles, the fragrance unfolds into its iconic heart. The warm, spicy embrace of authentic West Indian bay leaves emerges, the true soul of this classic aroma. This is masterfully enriched by aromatic clove and warming cinnamon, creating a perfect time-honored bay rum accord.
Almost thinking there's a little bit of allspice hiding under the surface. Finally, the fragrance settles into a smooth and comforting base. The creamy, warm woodiness of amorous West Indian sandalwood provides a soft, grounding foundation. This is seamlessly blended with the mellow sweetness of sweet rum, evoking relaxed island evenings and sophisticated warmth.
Beyond its captivating fragrance, our Magens Bay Shave Soap is meticulously crafted with a selection of ingredients known for their profound skin conditioning properties. This is a tallow-based formula providing a remarkably rich and dense lather for an exceptional shave. Tallow itself is highly valued for being naturally rich in vitamins A, D, E, and K, which contribute to healthy-looking skin.
Experience the endless summer with our 150-gram, 5.3-ounce jar, providing a prolonged tropical getaway. Each comes nestled in our violet glass jar for optimal preservation. Well, while I'm a little sad this is our last Nomad Theory soap, I could not be more excited to see where we are going to be whisked off to today. Let's unbox it. The last of this World Traveler box. These came to us for free to review from Jean-Luca from the UK. We could not be more grateful. Thank you, my friend. Let's see what we've got in here.
Last one.
Oh, and there's our little kitty friend with his eye patch and his rum in hand, ready to go out for some nautical adventures. And I think we are ready to come along for our last Nomad Theory First Impression. Constant viewers will know that one of the great surprises of this show was how your girl here took so hard to bay rums. I didn't see it coming. She didn't see it coming. And yet, here we are. She is our bay rum queen and expert. So I want you to go first and have your first impression of this one.
It says orange bay and spices on our little label here. Those are our 3 clues.
Hints to the scent notes. All right.
Off to St. Thomas we go.
Let's see what the pour looks
Here's
like.
the pour for y'all that like to see.
Beautiful. Love this lather. Y'all, it's a fantastic base.
I always forget the glass jars are a little heavier. Like I was kind of scared to drop it on her head.
Luxurious. All right. Take it in. See what you
Okay,
get.
here I go.
Lay it on me. What are you getting?
Okay, I think the orange is what's leading me in. That's kind of taken me in. So at first I was like, I don't know if this will be just a summery bay rum, but I gotta say, The orange brings you in, and that might be what tips it into more of that summer side. And then the spices are there. The cloves, I feel like I actually have like real cloves in my hand somehow, or like the cinnamon bark. They're blended great, but they just smell so real. I feel like I have the real ingredients in front of me somehow. And that darker like color of clove and cinnamon is all I'm seeing. Like even the orange kind of turned into that color somehow in my mind. And the bay rum is more like the bay leaf separate. Like each ingredients to this magic potion are just all laid out in front of me.
Right.
And then the rum is there, but it's not quite candied. It does have a little gentler side. Like I'm not getting hit with like, whoo, that is for sure rum.
Right.
But the spices and the magic that's happening with those brings you back to the orange at the beginning. So it's kind of one of those ones that I feel like I just put them all in a pot together and they're stirring and the aromas are blended perfectly, but they just kind of keep mingling with each little whiff here.
Wow, that was great. I feel like I already know what it smells like. I'm excited because on Christmas morning, my mom used to wake us up on the farm at my grandpa's, E-I-E-I-O, with fresh oranges in our stockings because that used to be such a luxury for the rest of the country who didn't live in California. Very traditional to get a piece of citrus in your Christmas stocking. But they would make a little happy face on it with cloves. So there's just something about the orange and clove together that's such a beautiful memory for me. I'm kind of excited to see that's where this is starting.
You know, it's interesting because the spices in here almost remind me of fall, like kind of used in those little brew things that you'll put on the stove, and you just kind of how they interact, the spices with the sweetness. So here it has an orange. Sometimes it's done with apple or other things. So I know this is kind of more intended summer tropical, but there's something in this with those cozy spices that I'm not going to say I wouldn't use in fall as well.
I've been to San Martin deep in the fall. They know their spices, y'all. It is not just about the summer citruses. I'm excited those both might be in there.
They're bold. I don't want to say they're simple, but it's how they're interacting where the fun part is at. Like, you know them all separately, but there's somehow how they're interacting that's adding a fun little charm, just kind of like the little kitty pirate with his little eye patch and everything here. That little charm is coming through. So it is part of the Nomad Theory lineup. I get there's similarities now that we've done all 5.
Right.
I can see their thumbprint and how they're interacting.
Right.
They each have their own little charm and character. So I feel like we've really been to all these destinations. And if this is what Magens Bay smelled like, I would love to go hang out here.
Now, you are our Bay Rum queen. Everybody knows this. And they also know that we are giant fans of Phoenix artisan accoutrements around this barbershop and that their Bay Rum is pretty iconic, the atomic aged Bay Rum. The question on everybody's lips, their chapped lips, how does this compare to PAA?
Ooh, okay, these are different sides of the spectrum.
Gotcha.
To me, these are fresh, brand new, like just put in the pot. I would say more the Atomic Age Bay Rum, it's got the aged side. They have been living together for a long time. Somehow the spices have created their own spices between the spices.
Right.
This is real. Like, I feel like I just opened the window and someone could be bringing this next door. Like, there's something vibrant and fresh about it that's a little different if I had to put it in that scale. Maybe.
Right.
It's interesting because the bay rumness of this doesn't hit me till the end of the whiff. So even if you're not a giant fan of bay rum, somehow the other sides of the freshness of the scents and the orange and other things that are in here, I think help make it a little more on the gentle side. If you just need a little more things happening in your bay rums, this could be a good one for you.
Right. Well, bay rums can get a little medicinal. That's kind of what they were invented to do as the earliest forms of aftershave. So I'm kind of excited to see this one might even go a little more in the gourmand direction.
Maybe. It's not the sweet side of the orange to me. It's somehow got a darker color to it. So maybe that's where it turns in to the more bay rum side, or the other spices just kind of take it like almost like an orange tea when there's other stuff in there and the spices. It kind of changed the character of the orange somehow.
Right. How sweet's the whole thing?
Oh, I wouldn't go quite gourmandy and sweet right away if I got a whiff of this. I think I do go more into the spices zone, but see what you think. I don't know.
There are some mysteries and wonders here to discover, and I'm going to start by looking for the rum. Where has the rum gone?
See if you can find it. Pirate Kitty will help you.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's almost an orangey tobacco that I'm getting at the beginning of this. That's beautiful. And the orange is almost half orange, half lemon for me without going sour at all. Just beautifully like zingy and tart. And you're right, that bay is under the surface. I went in looking for rum and I'm still looking. Hold on a second. Oh! And then as I keep descending, I get a little bit of smoke, I get a little bit of spice, and then I get the bay, and then I get the rum at the very end to kind of circle back around and meet with those spices. And that's where that little whirlwind is happening down there. The Kraken's getting ready to be released. Oh, this is lovely. And you're right, not at all what I was expecting in a bay rum, and yet definitively a bay rum. I love when that happens. Hold on. You know what I'm getting? And it's kind of rocketing this to the top of my favorite Nomad theory, like a candied cigar. Like an overly sweet, overly spiced, just rolled cigar that has not yet been smoked, not even put in the plastic, just laid down next to the humidor, ready for you to enjoy. That's where this starts for me. And then it takes that sense out to sea on a boat of citruses. Ooh, okay, hold on now. Let me see if I can figure out where the bay's gone. You know what's happening? The bay is coming together with the citrus to create an accord that doesn't let them break back open again. So I think I'm actually sensing a lot of bay. I think I'm just sensing it being hugged by the orange, hugged by that sense of lemon I'm getting. And y'all, Gianluca let us know that they are using essential oils in Nomad Theory soaps, and those are nature's accords. Those are not single molecule scents. Those are all kinds of different aromas that nature herself put together in that balance, and that is what I'm sensing in here. That's probably why you sensed it as a super bright, fresh bay rum as opposed to some of the others we smelled. Totally understand that.
Just like the real ingredients, somehow that was coming through.
How am I getting a tobacco that's almost chocolate under the surface of this? Like, what is it, the clove?
Let's
like,
see.
What's going on in there? It's absolutely beautiful.
I think it's how the bay is interacting with each of the spices separately. Like when you see a dried bay leaf, it has that texture of almost that crumbly thing.
Yeah.
And there's something of that dehydrated leaf that has a different scent mimicking what the other ones like. I think that you're just seeing almost like a tobacco vibe because it makes sense. Those colors and the deeper clove and cinnamon colors, like somehow all of those together add in the spices from the rum. And I think we're here.
And I love the cinnamon is adding just enough sweet to skew it from the dry category. This does lean sweet for me, and I love that. Well, y'all, why don't you come along with us while we build ourselves a Nomad Theory lather and look at these scent notes. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at nomadtheory.com. We start with top notes of...
See, it says sweet orange, not just orange, then lime and black pepper.
Love how that's offsetting the sweetness of the citrus. Is there a little neroli in there with the orange? Is that how it's being sweetened?
I don't think so. I something is sweeter in the orange, but then it almost goes deeper, almost like a blood orange. Like something in the orange is not the normal orange that at least we have here.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting any florals in this at all. And then our amazing heart notes begin with
clove, cinnamon, and West Indian bay leaves.
Now, how much Old Spice is in here? Because I'm not saying zero. I think somewhere between the clove, the cinnamon, and a little bit of that citrus is giving me just the tiniest sense that somebody on that boat over there has got a little Old Spice on. Are you sensing that?
The sweeter side. If you could turn Old Spice a little sweeter, that would put me a little closer, I think.
Yeah, just a hint of it. And I love that the cinnamon is present, but almost more in like a cinnamon leaf sense.
Yeah.
I'm not like poking at the heart of the cinnamon. I'm kind of getting the outskirts of the cinnamon scent.
Like I see like the texture of the cinnamon stick somehow.
Right, yeah. And then diving into these base notes of amorous, West Indian, sandalwood. Again, not really sensible as sandalwood, but adding a beautiful creamy sweetness to the base. And that's connected to the sweet rum. Interesting that sweet are two of the adjectives used here to describe these scent notes. Can you get the rum? Let's start at the very bottom of this pyramid.
It's funny. I can, but then it bumps me right back. So like sweet rum, and then it bumps me up to the sweet orange. Like my brain would almost think they're almost the same thing somehow. Like I think that's why this scent is almost more circular for me. Like it just keeps moving as I whiff.
Well, some scents are linear. They'll take you right down to the pool, but some are really twisty water slides. And at the very bottom of that slide, it rockets you back up to the top and you start your do-si-do. Again, those are the non-linear scents that we are such fans of, which this is definitely one.
But I am curious because technically when you have rum, it's in a liquid form. So maybe if we lather this up, it might wake up just a little bit more.
Enough said. And y'all, this is my custom bowl and brush from AKA Brushworks, two of the absolute crown jewels of our collection. These are based on a shopping trip I took with my mama back in the mid-1980s when I needed some new Chuck Taylor high tops. Well, y'all, they had one pair of turquoise blue, and they had one pair of magenta, and I could not decide which one I wanted to take with me to Mr. Columbo's class. And after about half an hour of deliberation, I looked at my mom and I said, which one would you get? And she said, honey, get them both. I'll deal with your father. On special days, you can put one on each foot like Punky Brewster. So we've got a little turquoise, we've got a little magenta, and then, because Amelia and Gardner are amazing, we've got the red and black of the seal, that star on the Chuck Taylors, and even some silver of the grommets, which is why this is one of my favorite bowls. And y'all, look at this lovely bite back I get from the Nomad Theory soap. Means a little milling has happened here, perhaps. And I'm going to push this into the ridges of my bowl and just create a thin, flat layer of soap, because the first goal is just to pull up that soap onto the bristles of the brush without building a lather, with as little water as possible. Trust me, you'll see.
I want to go back and watch our first lathering videos now, because I feel like we finally have a little bit of a theme to our madness here.
I didn't sing Tiny Bubbles for at least 1.5 years because our bubbles were way too big. And I think this process was kind of born out of that necessity to not start with a big old sloppy mess of giant bubbles, but more almost start with like a paste and then build out from there. So here's how we do it, y'all. I'm just going to grab this brush and go one direction and the other. A little bit of that water from our vertical bloom is going to help transfer the soap onto the bristles. But look, I'm not actually building a lather yet. And then I'm going to turn the brush so the bristles have a new orientation to grab at that soap with. But again, still not building a lather. But look at that. One more turn of the brush and almost all of that Nomad Theory soap is gone from the top of that bowl. Well, now I'm going to go down and grab the rest of that water. And then this brush is now ready to go to the face, to the legs, or anywhere you don't want hair. We take it back to the bowl and then just start mixing that paste in with those bristles. And you'll see that those bubbles go small pretty quick and they don't overflow the bowl. Now, this is the part where you might want to ask your devices if they'll play your favorite song for you, because this is going to need about 3 minutes worth of love to really become the yogurt you want.
A few moments later.
Just a little patience and faith, and that lather will reward you thusly. And y'all, this is the aromatherapy part of the hobby. This is where I love exploring these scents, right from the bowl to my nose with a little friction of the brush in between. Oh, I know we never talk about lather here in the Barbershop Duet, but look at that. Are you kidding me? That is just exceptional.
Got its own mohawk.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Where's the Rum Gone with On 3, 1, 2. How am I getting the most beautiful tobacco in that? And it's not really a scent note. Something about the clove, something about the bay, something about those spices just puts me in a humidor in San Martin, which is not far from St. Thomas.
I think it's where the rum part is meeting.
Right,
somehow
maybe.
in there,
Yeah.
there, it's not exactly tobacco, but I can see that that'd be the closest thing you could file this
Right.
as.
And while I have had my share of excellent whiskeys back in my drinking days, I think the penultimate rum I've ever had a captain on the front, so I don't know if I really experienced like a really good rum before. They exist, right?
I think so.
And y'all, while we do love watching our Long Island shaving, we don't do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet, but we realize you might like to see what it looks like when this Nomad Theory lather coats and covers a moneymaker. Now, here's the thing. This has all of the beautiful hug of a vegan soap for me, and then all of the slickness on top of that, the tallow provides. I am such a giant fan of this Nomad Theory formula. Would you like to show them what it looks like on your moneymaker? Here we go.
I always do like having it a little closer to my nose to get a whiff of, because usually it's all the way down on our legs. We don't really get a whiff of this.
Doesn't Ken actually paint his nose when he shaves?
Yeah, padded but slick. I feel like those are the best ways to explain this one.
And that clove. Oh, that is absolutely the winner in this formula for me. I'm loving how that's presenting.
There's something kind of like in a fun, spooky way that's at the back of this now lathered up to.
Yes, something smoky, something dark and mysterious under this. I'm totally getting that too.
But I feel like that's kind of part of the thumbprint. A few of these that we've gone through, like even London, there's a few that have that like little secret kind of shadowy charm happening.
Absolutely. Could this be a midnight Bay-rum?
Oh, you know, I wouldn't say you're wrong. I feel like the light is still out, like the moon is twinkling off the ocean somehow. Like there's a little light out, but it does have some shadows going on.
It's a middle of the night for me, y'all. Art Bell's on the radio. That's what this is, and I am loving that because I've got my early spring morning Bay-rums. I got a ton of them. This is dark and mysterious, and yet just as beautiful and spicy. Ooh. And on that note, why don't we take this down just a little bit deeper and see what else we can discover in the depths. Don't make fun of where my nostalgic scent memories come from, but as I was wiping this off, I almost got the delightful sense of a popsicle stick. Maybe my brain is just stuck in summer.
It is actually finally 85 degrees here today.
Right. Well, the wood is that real. It's just beautiful.
Well, it's interesting. Like, I somehow in the lathered, you got much more of the highs of this scent, like the brighter citruses.
Right.
But the darker sides really woke up for me here. I think it's more the rum and the big, some in there at the bottom woke up. So now I am getting almost more your tobacco-y thing coming out. It's got to be the rum, but it's just how it's interacting, I think, with the cloves and the cinnamon, maybe.
Right. Something with them together. And it borders on chocolate. Like, it is that beautiful and rich. I'm telling you, there's some magic going on in here. Well, now that we have smelled their entire inaugural lineup, even before they are technically released, so we are two of the worldwide experts on these scents right now, how would you describe the similarities in these scents to our audience who have not experienced them yet?
That is a good question, because there is something that even if I take a whiff, my brain already knows after 5 scents, like, that's a Nomad Theory scent.
Me too.
I'm not sure where the magic exactly happens. I know there's essential oils and stuff in here, and the potency in these scents are, I would say they're close to like a 3.54. Like, they are more potent, and they stay with you throughout the whiff. I don't know how they do it, but sometimes when we get scents, they're so blended, I can't pull the scents apart.
Right.
A lot of theirs, I get each scent separately. It's like a puzzle piece where you put the last one in and everything just clicks. I don't know how they're able to keep the intensity of each portion the way they want it, but somehow that's kind of in the geniusness and the talent that they have. They take us to a new place with every tub. So I love that we kind of got like 5 more stamps on our passports. Like, I've been transported to places I haven't been, and they're using scents we kind of know, but they're sneaking in other ones that we don't, and that's the part that I think has been the most fun for us.
That is a great distinction. You kind of have scents like these in your collection, most likely, but what they have done with these are brand new explorations of everything those scents can do, and skewed darker, skewed more masculine, skewed more realistic. For me, what I love about these Nomad Theory scents is they start with 2 different faces, one pretty bright and one pretty dark, both definitively masculine, and then they put those together, and each one makes a very different peanut butter and jelly sandwich where those are all coming together, but you can still sense the mystery, and you can still sense the familiar and the nostalgic. But where those come together make for a perfect and adventurous shaving experience. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be our friend Gianluca, a wet shaving hobbyist in the United Kingdom, dreaming that one day he too might be a soap artisan and add his own thumbprint to the world of this hobby. Well, he's going to create 5 fantastic scents based on places he and his family have actually been, and find a fantastic, dapper, masculine way to bring you along with him and go around the world in 80 ways, and he is going to get his own. In the United States, Nomad Theory suggests therazorcompany.com to find this and all kinds of other cool stuff.
Alright, y'all, I am back from my shave with Magens Bay, and it was super fun and enjoyable. There's a fun little danky, piratey kind of thing that happens in here that I feel like leads into like more of an evening kind of shave, maybe. But I love my bay rums, and I like having this one to add into the den. The lather on this is super padded and slick, and I will be back to Magens Bay shortly to shave again soon.
Welcome to Messages. All right, y'all, it's that magic time to choose our winner of a $25 e-gift card to Ariana and Evans. Here are the names of everyone who sent us in an email to enter this giveaway and your corresponding lucky numbers.
Sam, Randy, Ronnie, Manny, Michael, Bruce, Richard, Jasmine, Matthew, Andrew B, Brian Z, Brian M, Gorguts, Stanley, Andy, Eric, Todd, and Diana.
And here is that magic time. Alexa, give us a number between 1 and 18.
Here's a number between 1 and 18. It's 14.
14. Stanley!
Stanley! Congratulations, my friend. You are our lucky winner. We will be reaching out today to let you know how you will be receiving your e-gift card. Thank you to everyone who entered this giveaway. And make sure you enter our September giveaway for an extra special wedding-related prize.
I think the one thing about Nomad Theory that I enjoy is that they are brave and bold. They are really taking us to somewhere in their memory that they've actually been. That is their goal. That's how their branding is. And I feel like if that's their mission, they have accomplished it.
There's a word I hear every so often, unapologetic.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, these are unapologetic in the best of ways. Half absolutely real and half what these memories have brought back for Jean-Luc so he can share it with the rest of us. And that is a perfect formula for some of our absolute favorite shaving soaps. Jean-Luc and everybody at Nomad Theory, thank you so much for sending these all to us for free to review. It means so much that friends from so far away would know about our little barbershop and believe in us to the extent that you would send these to us to review. Thank you. We sure believe in you. Please keep us updated as to your journey. And if you have any new ones come down the pike, like a seasonal or something like that, please let us buy it this time. We want to support you too.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.